Hey everyone, it's Amy with Interactive Counselling again. I don't know about you, but I am going a little bit COVID crazy again. I know a lot of my clients are, and although we're getting into the routine of it and doing the normal things like wearing the masks and such, I think the hardest problem that I'm finding with it is the fact that we just can't escape it. We can't escape talking about it. We can't escape hearing about it, whether it be about transmission, deaths, public health orders. No matter what, somebody has an opinion on it. And so what I'm seeing right now is that people are getting even more amped up again, just based on social media. So I thought I'd take a quick second to talk about our involvement within social media and talking about all of the issues that we are having as a society and that are dividing us. Because no matter what throughout this situation, you have been forced to have an opinion, whether you believe fully in the pandemic or whether you're at the complete opposite spectrum and believe that it's more of a pandemic. I personally don't judge. I don't put my own beliefs on anything. I just sit and listen. However, the consensus is no matter where you go, it's talked about. And so that doesn't leave a lot of area for mental reprieve right now. Social media is a catalyst to this because everyone loves to talk about all of the things on social media. And if one person posts, another person will disagree. And I don't know about you, but even looking at all the forums, it just turns into a fight. And it turns into tearing one another down and really just being horrible to one another. So why are we doing it? We're just doing it to be right. Quite frankly, and we're doing it to try to change other people's minds. However, what works for you doesn't necessarily work for somebody else. It's really important that we can just agree to disagree in a really respectful manner. And it's not needed to be social media oriented. A lot of words have come through my practice, such as influencer. People are trying to be influencers. And I just really try to get everyone to look at your core. Look at what is impacting you. And that's not to be oblivious or not mindful to the outside world and to the news and everything else, but it's really about reining it in for just a moment. Looking at what you can control and maybe just not talking about COVID or even just making the choice to not comment on it. That right there can really domino your reaction to it. So a lot of the time people are facing increased anxiety because they're reading all of these things and they're commenting and then people are fighting and then they come into the office and anxieties are just at an all-time high. We have been through this for nearly a year now, and that's such a significant amount of time to go through something like this. And so what I always tell my clients is that people's opinions are pretty well formed at this point. And we know that everyone feels differently. Even if you're in a marriage, you don't have to feel exactly the same about it. You can have differing opinions. It's about finding a compromise, keeping you safe, keeping you happy, and keeping you as healthy as possible throughout this procedure, throughout this whole thing. So my recommendations to you are not necessarily to stay off social media, but maybe just look at who you are engaging with. Look who is constantly posting things that you disagree with. Instead of commenting on them, maybe just unfollow them until the pandemic is over. That doesn't mean not friending them. They can still be friends, but it's just about choosing your interaction with the people. I always like to say that there's people out there who are good friends and they don't have to be friends all the time. There's friends for reasons, seasons, and lifetimes. And so what that means is that maybe you have a friend that you like snowboarding with but doesn't like the summer, or maybe you love to hang out with a friend who's a beach bum in the summer but hates the winter. That doesn't make them any less of a friend just because you're hanging out with them in that certain time. So now it might just be a time where you pick to not necessarily engage with that friend in a really respectful way. Right now, we're finding that tearing people down is trying to be bigger and make us heard, essentially, when that's not the case. So if we can move a little bit forward, even just a small step in changing your behaviors, just a little bit, just to not engage, just make a choice. It's all about choosing how you're going to react. And no perfect person is out there. So don't stress out about that. Let's just try to look at what we can control. And even if we make a mistake and engage, you know what? you can just choose to not engage after that. It's not that big of a deal. It's okay to leave somebody who you don't know as a cliffhanger on something that you shouldn't have engaged with to begin with. So let's just be mindful about what we're participating in, and really look at, how can you impact your family, your kids, your partner, even if you're single, like your friends. Lots of friendships have been divided because of this. I have people who are really, really scared of it, and that's okay. And their friends are really not scared of it. But it doesn't mean that that you won't be good friends after. It's just about adjusting your expectations of the people in your world. With that being said, I really ask people to look at their value systems nowadays, because this is also a wonderful opportunity to understand what friends are there and in your world that are really good and really good for you, and share a value system. Maybe not every value, but some core values, such as loyalty and commitment and understanding and caring. Whatever your value system is, I encourage that you adjust your friendships based on you. Not just having people in your world, and that's, again, a lot of what people are doing, especially right now. And that's how we engage, because we're so limited in our interactions. So anger is at an all-time high, anxiety all-time high, lack of control, extreme all-time high. And so now we just need to really work on us. It's a perfect time to work on yourself and change your habits, whether it be don't go on your phone for the first hour in the morning or hour at night, whether it be something as simple as make your bed in the morning. Try reading a book if you like reading, or listening to an audio tape. Honestly, eating a meal without a TV. There's lots of things that we can do that can just help ground us and help us not be involved in the social media aspect, and just give our brain and our body a little bit of reprieve. So give it a try. Let us know how it goes. And I do hope that you guys find some solace at some point in your day today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.